Hitters are back, man. Big H's. I'm your boy, Jay.
I'm
the
your
pie,
boy,
kind it out.
Amity.
Hey, you got your chain on now, gang? What you got going on? All right, man.
I'm your boy, Cody Rhodes.
So I want everybody to know. Oh yeah.
You were just. I was gonna say, were you just gonna walk past what he said?
I mean, you got a tan?
I'm Black Cody Rhodes.
Oh, okay.
Brody Rhodes.
I'm finna get the nightmare tattoo on my neck.
Are y'all
gonna see it?
So all right, man. So the pod Canadal is here.
So pay y'all respects to the pod Henna.
All right, man.
We finna talk about this WrestleMania season, right?
Yes, sir. We on the road.
April 1st and 2nd.
Yes, sir.
The biggest WrestleMania of all time.
I thought it was the 4th and the 5th.
They do that every year. No, it's the 1st and 2nd.
I swear it was the 4th and 5th.
You got it. You and him been fried since last week. Y'all the same two that told me that B did a video on this YouTube channel. I went back and checked every video on this YouTube channel.
He for real went in the group chat too, showed us him going through every
because
video.
Y'all killed me on this video last week. I was the one tweaking, but he didn't do a video on it. That was the old channel. What I said? No, he did a video. He did.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Weren't you just a tiny bit fried though?
I was high for sure.
I was gonna say, weren't you just a
but
tiny bit fried?
But we were wrong.
Yeah.
So that's his whole point. He was fried, but we were wrong.
Y'all and It bothered me because I'm like, I know for a fact
the man came in the chat like the next day, send us.
I think low key I was at work, but I had my AirPod in. I'm hearing the chat going off, and I'm like, wait a minute. I checked my phone. You for real had a whole screen recording, going through all of them. I'm like,
I was off work that day. I was in the crib.
Girl said, I got time.
He's like, I got time. I'm proving myself right.
But no, today we got the best WrestleManias versus the worst WrestleManias. So we gonna give y'all some of our favorite WrestleManias and the ones we just hated. That was just brutal. I'm gonna kick us off this video.
Let's start off with the good, man. Let's start with the best.
Alright, so we're gonna start off with some of the best WrestleManias, man. So as we know, like you said, it's WrestleMania season, so it's that time of year again. But one of my favorite WrestleManias, man, of all time, I gotta go with WrestleMania 22, man, 2006. One of my favorite matches on the show, the triple threat, Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, and Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight title. That was one of the best matches I've seen. And that was Rey Mysterio's crowning moment after, the passing of Eddie to get his push. That was one of my favorite WrestleManias.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, correct me if I'm wrong. Was that the one that was in Chicago yesterday?
Yeah, that was the last WrestleMania in an arena.
At All-State Arena, literally where we go to see shows now. They had a WrestleMania there in 06.
Alright, I want to say one more thing. They gave the best match the shortest amount of time. Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle, and Randy Orton had like 9 minutes.
Crazy. And it's like, obviously, I got to mention this match. The game Triple H versus John Cena for the WWE title. Triple H tapped out. Man, Cena was unstoppable in 2006. Like,
boy, it was different.
And it took him, he was just going crazy. Like, match after match. Like, but that match with Triple H, WrestleMania 22, like I said, Undertaker and Mark Henry casket match at that WrestleMania as well.
Vince and Shawn Michaels was kind of wild.
Yeah, Vince and Shawn Michaels. Vince was in a rivalry with Shawn Michaels and God and all that year. It was just crazy in 06. But that's definitely one of my top favorites, man. 22, 06.
Alright. For me, I'm jumping 4 years ahead.
4 years ahead.
I'm going WrestleMania 26.
26.
There's some stuff on there for
with
sure.
The infamous Bret Hart and Vince McMahon match.
They had the Vince McMahon Bret Hart storyline going. They had the dissolution, the dissolvement of Legacy, all of them competing against each other. You had the veteran Triple H and the young blood, the rookie Sheamus coming in. You got the John Cena and Batista.
That WrestleMania actually had some great matches, for sure.
You had Chris Jericho and Edge. That was a good, hard-hitting match. But the match...
Jericho won. That threw me off.
Yeah, I thought Edge was going to win that show.
So did I.
Go ahead.
But the one match that we cannot... that we have to talk about.
No, we don't have to talk about it.
No, the greatest match at WrestleMania.
We don't have to talk about it.
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker and
Heartbreak
Shawn.
Kid.
Oh, okay. I thought we was going to
No,
other one.
Vince.
No, that one. I was gonna say the one match.
Okay, cool.
The one match we have to cover, no doubt, is The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, where if Shawn loses, which he did, he was forced to retire.
Man, that's a great way to go out.
He faced the same fate 2 years prior when he did that to Ric Flair and ended Ric Flair's career. So Shawn Michaels got a taste of his own medicine.
Yes, sir.
One thing I'll give Shawn credit for, those 3 years he faced two legends, Ric Flair and The Undertaker.
Yeah, that's
I mean, I could sit here and say that their match at WrestleMania 25 was also great.
yeah, two of the greatest Mania matches ever.
I did like.
They main evented one of them, didn't they? Or did they?
Nah, they ain't main event.
Okay.
I did like. I know this goes a little off topic. I did like his WrestleMania 25 entrance where he was coming.
Oh, with the white. He was like the white version of Undertaker.
The all white, the coming down, the music and everything.
Playing too much. See, he played too much.
Yeah, see, Shawn Michaels one of them people too who do that. And
Well,
you can't do that with the Undertaker.
Well, he got a little cocky and then made that one mistake when he went to go hit the move off the top rope and Undertaker caught him.
Oh, the moon. He went for a moonsault.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
moonsault. And then that
Yeah.
caught him. But overall, like I said, WrestleMania 26 brought a lot of different elements. It brought the good guy and the bad guy with John Cena and beat Batista. I almost said Bautista like you did.
Bautista. That's how Eddie said it. Bautista.
Bautista.
You had
Blutista.
Do not remind me of Bautista. You had
That feels kind of hard.
you had the veteran and the rookie. You had the dissolution of a group. You had unfinished business from years ago with Vince and Brad.
It's crazy Legacy only went a year, but I mean, it was bound to happen. Randy was finna become, 2010 was that year, he was finna become like babyface for sure, 100%.
Crazy.
And he was gonna be WWE champion, so Legacy had to break up
But
at that point.
WrestleMania 26 definitely, for me, is up there as one of the best.
It's a new day.
I got something for y'all. And some of the match qualities, alright, so match quality wise, it has some good stuff. But I really like the coordination of everything. I'm gonna go with WrestleMania 21. In terms of match qualities, you had Eddie and Ray, and you had Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle. In terms of like, we're here.
2005.
Yeah, Cena and Batista, they made their mark. It was like, this is the beginning. The John Cena and JBL had a dog, like it was terrible, but it was all about
Cena moment.
it was the coordination, him jumping in the crowd, all that.
So would you say for John and Batista in this instance that was, like you said, the match quality was dog shit?
Triple H and Batista was cool. John Cena and JBL, no.
That's what I'm saying, John Cena and JBL, like excluding how the match was itself, but the ending of it. Would you say for Cena and Batista that kind of catapulted them into the careers that they had going forward?
Absolutely. You saw it coming because Cena was super over on SmackDown, Batista was super over on Raw. And like you just saw, they were the last two in the Royal Rumble, and it was like, okay. I guess Vince saw it one day and was like, these two right here. You don't really get two top stars at the same time like Rock. I don't know if they would be on the same level as a Rock and Stone Cold, but they were kind of that to that generation.
We also got to remember, like that class of wrestlers that came out of, at the time it was known as OVW.
Yeah.
The wrestlers that came out of that class in itself was John Cena, Batista, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, I believe, was also in that
Shelton
list.
Benjamin, a lot of talented people.
A lot of the guys that you either currently see wrestling now, formerly wrestled, that are legends in this industry, came out of that class, out of the 02 class. And they all paved the way, like you said, for John Cena and Batista specifically. It paved the way for their careers going forward because John Cena dethroned JBL.
Right.
Batista dethroned Triple H. I do want to give credit, though, with one of the segments with the Batista Triple H thing when they had him come out, where he got to decide which contract he wanted, which match he wanted, and when he chose SmackDown, just the world title, just the look on Triple H and Ric Flair's face, they're like,
yeah,
wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what now? Like it gave the reaction they had kind of went back to the reaction that Randy had. You know, when Triple H was just like
Batista, man, the animal.
Cause you know the thumbs up, thumbs down thing comes from when they turned on Randy Orton when Triple H, when Batista had Triple H, you know, he heard Triple H like and then he threw the thumbs down. Batista dropped him, so it's the same thing. Batista was like
it's symbolic, man. It's storytelling.
Like it was basically as I'm gonna label it, the up and comer finally defeating the veteran, the apprentice beating the master kind of thing. Like this, here's the guy who brought you in, taught you everything you know, and you're coming in and you're like, okay, I'm that good now. I'm that guy that can do this. I can and I will come in and beat you, and that's exactly what Batista did. He came in and said, look, I'm gonna challenge you. And I'm going to win. That's why he picked Triple H. He's like, it's my time now.
And then on top of that, if he would have picked, because Cena was already in the match for WrestleMania, so if he would have picked SmackDown, it would have been a triple threat instead of a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Compared to Triple H, it would have been one-on-one. So why would you
take not the easier route, but the better or the safer route?
Now, in my general opinion, I'm glad he also did go the way he went, because I mean, don't get me wrong, that match would have been good. Or at least I think it would have been good. Who knows? Maybe it would have made Cena and JBL less dog shit. We don't know. But it's just like the way it went about Cena having his match with JBL and then Batista having his match with Triple H. The night went out with two guys who were coming in their own way to finally get that WrestleMania moment, that brass ring, and they deserve that. And I feel like if he had went. It was seeing JBL, it would have ruined that because it would have been completely different.
Yeah. JBL's a transitional, probably the greatest transitional champion of all time. Get a title off of Eddie so you can put it on Cena later.
I do like the kind of stuff they did with Cena and JBL. Don't get me wrong, when they defaced his limo and whatnot.
Yeah, John Cena got arrested like 2 days before WrestleMania. He went to jail 2 days before WrestleMania. Going crazy, but yeah, like I just like the coordination.
JBL's like, I don't have to worry about WrestleMania competition. He's gonna be arrested.
And on top of that, we had the first Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 20.
Right. Edge won the Money in the Bank ladder match. Chris Jericho was the one that came up with the idea for a ladder match, so winning get a title shot. So yeah,
we got Big Show versus Japanese dude in the sumo match.
Yeah, the sumo wrestling joint.
Yeah.
Yokozuna's son or something.
I don't know about all that.
They like during that time period.
Yokozuna is Samoan though.
Right, but he was a sumo wrestler, wasn't he?
I mean, he was portrayed as a sumo wrestler.
I'll admit back then they wanted to experiment because obviously we could go into the Big Show.
No.
Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about the sumo match.
No. Like Big Show and Floyd at 24.
Yeah, that was a good match. It was entertaining.
That's what I'm watching that right now.
Well, I'm not saying it wasn't entertaining. I'm just saying WWE wanted to experiment. Like, okay, we're going to go this route. And obviously Big Show's been the one that's been getting these
I'm still
matches.
blue all that stuff happened, though, with that match.
Like
Ray tearing his bicep. De La Hoya not coming to WWE to accept.
Oh, that's something you would have wanted to see.
Yeah, like I would have wanted, because it was, bro, Floyd and De La Hoya just had the greatest boxing match that previous year, 2.4 million.
Yeah, in terms
so
of
they wanted both of them at WrestleMania for the.
I wouldn't say the great, but they had the highest grossing.
Views,
So I have a question for you. Are we doing 1-1 or are we doing other ones?
I got one more, my favorite, and then we can move to the worst.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so I got WrestleMania 20, man, 2004. Arguably the greatest match in WrestleMania history. I'm talking about the Rabid Wolverine, Chris Benoit winning the World Heavyweight title from Triple H, and Shawn Michaels in a triple threat. Chris Benoit won the Royal Rumble that year from number 1. He ran the Royal Rumble all the way through. Went to WrestleMania, knocked off Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Had a decent world title reign after WrestleMania. But obviously the moment with him and Eddie hugged it in the middle of the ring and the confetti came down. The world champion and the WWE
I think that was unscripted.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that was supposed to happen. Yeah, but it was still a great moment.
That was a crazy moment. That's gonna always be remembered, even though Benoit's legacy erased.
It's still on network.
Yeah,
Now I'm going to make a broad statement. That's not a bad one. I'm going to make a broad statement that I feel like that kind of paved the way for the following year. Because, I mean, you look at WrestleMania 20, like you said, with Eddie and Benoit. It was again one of those like two guys, that crowning moment that they finally get that they deserve. Benoit, winning the world title, and then Eddie with the WWE title, and then a year later, Cena finally getting that brass ring, the WWE title, Batista and the World Heavyweight title. The WWE in those 2 years alone made sure to make sure that the guys that have earned their way, that have paved their way, they made sure to give them their moment at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because on commentary, they always said Chris Benoit was the greatest technical wrestler in the world. They said that every week. Every Triple H said it, Ric Flair said it, Jim Ross said it. He's the best technical wrestler in the world.
Eddie and Benoit had to be two of the littlest, biggest people I've ever seen.
Like somebody just how short and stock, like
they were supposed to be underdogs, but I mean, Benoit's neck was this wide. Like Eddie was massive.
Oh, Eddie's arms was huge.
Man, I'm like I was watching a Rumble in 2005 when they was toe tagging dude that won the
I can't think of his name. Poirier. No, I'm thinking about. No, I'm thinking.
Nah,
I know you're talking about.
He won Tough Enough that year.
Yeah,
Daniel Puder.
Daniel Puder.
And Eddie and Benoit just destroyed him with knife edge chops.
You breaking them in.
I was just showing it was just showing how massive they was, bro. Like them chops, and those real chops.
Yeah.
Because you know what happened. He then broke Kurt Angle arm with
destination. Oh yeah, he's got punishment.
Yeah,
that's a receipt.
Arrogance.
Hey, what AJ? That's a receipt, kids.
Yeah, a man's turned down to 25. He turned down to 75. The developmental deal for the. But that was just a point of. Bro, Eddie and Chris was massive, bro. Like, they wasn't underdogs by no means. Like, WWE made you think they was because they was little. But, man, Eddie was big, man. Chris was big, man. They was going crazy. But that's probably my favorite moment. Outside of Shawn Michaels and Undertaker shaking hands at Mania 26 after that match, that hug in the ring and the confetti with Eddie and Chris was my favorite WrestleMania moment.
Now, before I say mine, I'm just going to make a broad statement. I feel like for the best ones, at least, I feel like we're going to end up all staying in the 20s. Yeah. Because
those are the ones we saw.
Yeah, the older WrestleManias, too, was just, better, too. Like, I'm not going to, like, 19. And I mean, WrestleMania 19 did have Triple H and
Booker T.
Booker T. Which one was Chris Jericho and
Shawn Michaels? That was Chris Jericho. No, that was like I think that was 18.
Which one was Hulk Hogan and The Rock? Was that 18 or 19?
That was 18.
I gotta do a little more I ain't watch a lot of the old manias.
Well,
I'm gonna go back and watch.
I think The Rock and Hulk Hogan was 18. And I think the only reason why I remember that is because I was playing SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, and when I got up to WrestleMania, it had me doing against Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18
with The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 18.
So
that was Hollywood Rock. I remember. Yeah, he came.
No, I thought that. No, it had. No, yeah, it was. Because it had me in the beginning of it. He was in the NWO, but then he left, and then it was Hollywood Hulk Hogan. So it's.
No, I'm talking about Hollywood Rock.
Oh, Hollywood Rock.
Yeah, NWO Hulk Hogan is Hollywood Hulk Hogan, but then they changed him back to
Yeah, well, I don't remember which one it was in the game. I'd have to go back and look. But for me, the other WrestleMania that I'm going to say, and I basically gave away, it's in the 20s. I'm going with WrestleMania 24.
Okay, that's respectable.
2008. That show had a lot of good matches too. I'm actually, like I said, I'm finna get to WrestleMania 24.
I'm not gonna lie.
So that show had some good matches.
Well, before I even get into the match, I did like the song they used where it was "Light It Up" by Rev Theory.
Yeah, Light It Up. Yeah.
That's in my playlist, legit, and I go back and listen to it. It was a good song, and I give WWE credit for the songs they used back for WrestleMania's pay-per-views. Like, they were genuinely good songs. But that's for me at first. That's just from like the song standpoint. I thought it was good. But as far as like matches are concerned, it's the same. Like literally, Ric Flair being retired by Shawn Michaels, where they have that heartfelt moment before he hits him with the super kick, I'm sorry.
Bro.
And then he kicks him, pins him, and even then he's still like over him, like kind of give him a hug, like I'm sorry, I didn't want to have to do this.
Right, because he told Rick like before WrestleMania, like, I don't want to be the one to have to end your career. Like Rick was like, no, I need to fight the best at WrestleMania, and that's Shawn Michaels, you know.
The match that Edge and Undertaker had at Mania, that one was also really good.
I ain't like underrated
one of
match.
Edge's best entrances, in my opinion. I thought was.
Underrated match on that card was Batista and Umaga, the brand versus brand supremacy, Raw versus SmackDown. See, people seem to forget just how good Umaga really was. Like, but that was one of them matches where that was.
Is it because he's a powerhouse?
Not even that. Like just agility wise, like a big man his size, moving how he moved. But you wouldn't think him and Batista would have like that match between him and Batista was a good match.
So would you sit here and say that Umaga was basically, in a sense, the Keith Lee of his time?
Yeah,
he was better than Keith Lee.
Jim Ross.
I'm saying like from a big size, like athleticism kind
Jim
of
Ross said it best, man. Super heavyweight.
Yeah,
that's what he was.
I mean, to an extent, yeah, but I
wouldn't say he was better than Keith Lee. Keith Lee is impressive. Like
no, I wasn't saying he wasn't.
No, I'm just saying both of them have the the big man can hit like these moves that you once think a guy his size.
Umaga, I feel like was more agile. Like Umaga could move.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, Keith Lee proved that he could, he scale the top rope without touching it. You know, they both could be compared for sure. But Umaga was I feel like he was more vicious. That's what made him. He was more aggressive. Keith Lee was Umaga was brutal.
Hey, his Samoan drop was cold.
Vicious.
He used to throw you up, catch you.
Umaga had it. That was one of the matches I liked on that card too, though.
Understandable. And then the other two matches I had that were up there was obviously I give the props to the Money in the Bank ladder match. Yeah. That one was good.
CM Punk won that one.
CM Punk ended up walking out of that one.
Is that the one where Morrison did the moonsault with the ladder?
Yeah.
08, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Morrison was underrated.
Yeah, he always put on classical performances in them matches.
And that's the one when Jericho did the Walls of Jericho on the ladder, right?
Yeah. And then, obviously, I know you're going to mention it.
Yeah, and then obviously the triple threat main event match between Cena, Orton, and Triple H. I want to give Cena his props for his entrance.
I was surprised.
With the little college marching band and everything playing him out, and how he had like the Bengals type jersey on and everything.
Yeah. Randy retaining was shocking to me though.
I thought Cena had that one for sure.
Either Cena or I felt like Triple H wasn't. Trips was just in there just to. I feel like Cena just to add him back to the main event, but I thought Cena
had the momentum, especially when he came back, on the Rumble. Yeah. People didn't think he was going to be back that quick. He had the momentum going in, and I want to give credit where it's due. Even beforehand, how they got to do they got to book each other's matches.
They were GM for. I seen that.
I want to give Triple H his props. He was smart.
I ain't even watched that. It's funny because
having the whole Raw roster.
I'm watching 08 right now. He really talking about where I'm at. I'm literally right before WrestleMania.
Triple H is smart. He's like, look, I want these guys coming in hurt. Yeah. I want them coming in weak. So he's like, you know what? You guys are gonna face the whole Raw roster.
The whole Raw roster, like.
And they were legit knocking people down.
That's Cena and Orton. Cena and Orton could take out the whole Raw roster, right? That's Cena and Orton.
I will admit the only thing in the matches I didn't like is they just kept hitting finishers, start knocking people out.
But they couldn't leave each other hanging though too. The thing was, if anybody walked off, they would lose. Like they couldn't compete.
They lose their spot, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. So they had to work together.
Because if Cena walked out, he had to forfeit. Yeah. Orton, I think, ended up having to forfeit the title.
Yeah, if he would have walked out.
If he walked out.
So they had to work together. And they were going crazy. They were eliminating people left and right.
It's like...
Well, since it's in your time period now, I'm going to need your help with this. This is if you're caught up to that point. What did Orton and Cena do when they were the GMs?
Yeah, see, Cena was the GM first. And he made Triple H versus Randy Orton in the main event. Then Randy was the GM next week. He made Cena versus Shawn Michaels. Because it was like WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
So it was rematch from WrestleMania.
And it was Triple H versus Benoit.
Kane. Kane.
Oh, okay.
Benoit was going at 08 Kane.
Oh, shit.
Pretend that part didn't happen.
No, because it was something like that before.
Benoit was going in 08 blood.
All right, I did not mean that. I did not mean that. It was Kane versus Triple H.
Kane versus Triple H WrestleMania rematch. I think they fought at WrestleMania. It was like in 02 or something when Kane had the mask on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
So like WrestleMania 15 or something, one of those. So yeah, that was what Cena and Randy did. Triple H did the smarter move. He put the whole roster against him.
And I did like.
And then came out and just decimated him.
Yeah.
I did like too with how
The game.
how when they were using the Raw theme song because I did like "To Be Loved" by Papa Roach.
It was that one.
Yeah. No joke. Complete honesty. On my way here, I was blasting that on my radio. Just I wanna be loved.
You know, I used to like the money. The drugs, the money.
Oh yeah, blood in a red.
That was playing in what's it called? Sugar Man when I brought it on.
Yeah, but that one wasn't PG. You can't talk about drugs and sex and stuff in the intro.
You know, I ain't like some of the Raw. We definitely got to do a vid about that too. Like some of the best Raw WWE intros, like in general, like you know some of the SmackDown ones, like even pay like you said WrestleMania 24. Like I like WrestleMania. What was that? WrestleMania 20. Wow, which one was it? Was the song about
Was it Ladies and Gentlemen? Was that one?
It was. I think it was. I Made It. That was WrestleMania 26, right? Kevin Rudolph. Wayne.
Yeah.
I look up to the.
Oh yeah, that's 2010.
I liked
that song. Was cold.
I liked also Coming Home from WrestleMania 29.
Yeah,
It really fit.
Yeah,
for the
that
Rock
song.
too.
That song's super sad. I hate that song. It's a good song. It's just sad. Bro.
Well, they did it because that was especially after the whole hurricane that they had. So showing them like, look, we're coming back. We're
Every
coming back
time
stronger
something
than
sad happened, they play that song.
Yeah,
Wiz getting a
that was
bag
a good
off
song
that.
though.
It is a good
He
song.
does that. Then
They played
See
that
You
one.
Again.
Yeah, that one.
See
That
You
one. That's the one they played when Kobe died.
Yeah, so it's like, but yeah, I ain't gonna like.
Walker
Actually,
died.
speaking of WrestleMania 24, Floyd and Big Show. Come on, man. Big Show highest profile match.
No, we
Floyd got 20 mil for that one match.
Didn't we talk about?
I mean, we kind of touched
I
on
was about to say,
it.
didn't we hover over it just a
But
little
yeah,
bit?
Dang. Vince
20
gave
million.
20 mil to Floyd for one match.
And Oscar was gonna get probably the same amount if
I
he
don't
would've
know
came.
about that.
Come on, man. Him and Floyd just fought. They
I
both
don't
was
know.
finna-
I don't know. Oscar De La Hoya. See,
Yeah.
Floyd a bigger draw.
I
than
mean,
De La
yeah,
Hoya.
but
So De La Hoya would probably got 10.
I mean, but he would have got a bag.
He would have got a bag for sure. He ain't wouldn't get the same as that's Floyd Money Mayweather.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's in his name, Money Mayweather.
So,
What do you?
so real quick, I'm just gonna bring up real quick that this video is gonna end up being in 2 parts. If you guys both know why.
Yeah, because it's already over 27 on.
All right, bet.
So we're gonna let Bro say his last for WrestleMania.
So then we'll do worse in another video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll be
okay.
the next video.
That'll give us
Alright,
more
so-
content for you
The fans.
people.
And I'm not gonna lie, that kind of sounded a little heelish, just a little bit. It's like for you guys. It's like you don't want to do it for them. It's like, come on, these are the fans. We're doing it for them.
So all right, so we still
They're
doing.
letting us do what we love to do and talk about wrestling. Why are you talking about them like that?
Man, I don't know
I mean, I know you said you're gonna let them down sometimes, but come on,
I don't really respect the fans like that though.
bro, you gonna let them do this?
Hey, look, man. He do what he wants, man. That's cool.
He's just like for real going with this. I'm just like, none of y'all are gonna stop him.
I'm a real heavy hitter, man. The fans gonna watch us regardless, whatever I say.
They gonna watch for sure.
But
I'm trying to figure out what
All right, I'm gonna say
I'm
this.
not gonna lie, he did Google.
the king of
He
Google.
did.
I had to think. I gotta think.
And this is why when we do predictions, we have him look up the matches for us.
Yeah.
He's Mr. Google himself.
And
The Google
my,
General.
and my device is the camera, so I don't have a device.
My phone, I usually keep in my pocket.
I'm trying to think of the one we didn't say yet. Oh, okay. I think it was Wrestle. What?
27.
27.
Hell no. Why would I
Come
say
on,
that?
man. My bad.
25.
I don't think. Didn't you say Triple H and Randy was one of the worst main
It's one of the.
events
See,
of
if the main event is
25?
bad, I can't call it a great main event. I can't call it a great
What
show.
about the show overall?
John Cena, Big Show, Edge. That was alright.
The double AA
Shawn Michaels and Undertaker.
Right, that's the
match.
highlight of the show. We said 26 or 26 was
I said 26. I said 26 and 24.
I mean,
I'm gonna go more recent though. I do think WrestleMania, because there were some moments. I think WrestleMania 38 had some good stuff.
38.
Last year was pretty tough.
Yeah,
Stone Cold, like both nights, you had Stone Cold and KO, Seth and Cody. I felt like the Randy Orton, Street Profits, Alpha Academy, that was a really good match.
Bianca and Becky.
Man, it was some
them
good
capping off a years long story.
I think there was a lot of good stuff on that pay-per-view. I think it was a lot
Premium live event.
Yeah, premium live event, PPL.
Gotta make sure you say that right. Trips might watch.
I mean
this
PLE.
video.
So yeah, man, I think I'm gonna throw like the last one was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, I like WrestleMania 38, man. I mean, my favorite moment was Cody Rhodes making his return. I mean, Roman Reigns unifying the titles, beating Brock Lesnar.
The match wasn't all that. I don't think spamming finishes.
The match.
Normally, what they do in their matches.
My genuine dislike of the match overall is it could have been better. Like you said, it was just finishers after finishers. Like I don't want to see finisher after finisher after finisher. I want to see genuine, like, movement, genuine wrestling, not just, okay, we're going to hit 85 finishers and you kick out. Like, I get Brock is a beast, and I get Roman is a tribal chief, but you don't need to, I don't want to see 85 spears, 35 F5s, and
Gotta go watch you a
Kimura locks.
technical wrestling match. You ain't gonna see no real
That first
wrestling.
match was real good though. I'll give him that.
SummerSlam was incredible.
Oh, WrestleMania, I don't mention 31 was pretty good.
2015.
Yeah.
Some of the matches on that was confusing though. I mean, I like Daniel Bryan winning the Intercontinental title was cool. His last major title, well, before he retired.
I don't think the Undertaker Bray Wyatt match was too bad.
I ain't really like that one.
Undertaker
looked at
no, hold on. The only reason why I liked it is it was kind of showing the passing of the torch of, like, okay, here's Undertaker, who's been this, like, mysterious. No, hold on, just let me, like, the mysterious, like, kind of dark, like, Undertaker, and then you have, like, the current, like, I understand, like, he lost, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you had the past, current, or, like, the past versus the current kind of thing, like, one character from another. Like, here was Undertaker, who was, like, this mysterious, dark kind of character, and then you had Bray Wyatt, who was, like, this little, like, down in the bayou kind of mysterious, cryptic kind of guy. I wouldn't say that Bray Wyatt was the current day Undertaker, but they both had that mystery vibe, that little.
Yeah, I mean, Bray always had that eerie darkness.
That's worse for eerie.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Oh, bro.
But no, Bray always had that type of feel to him, and it's similar to Undertaker. So that match was bound to happen. I would just wish it could have.
It could have been better
if Undertaker was a little younger. You know.
You would say that it was the past versus the now.
Yeah.
The ladder match?
No. See, you doing it again. You want me to talk about the now. That's why you keep doing that.
Well, I thought you would bring up. I thought you'd bring up a 38 as match with
Since
Theory.
you want me to talk about the now.
I'm surprised you didn't talk about Theory in WrestleMania 28.
The now
38.
gonna beat the past at WrestleMania. The now gonna beat.
You gotta stop
No. I gave him the open segue because I thought when he mentioned 38,
right,
you were going to bring up.
No. He lost at WrestleMania 38. He lost to a commentator.
Okay. You support a man who lost to a commentator.
I'm saying it shouldn't have happened. As much as I like
Cena
that
lost to Kevin Federline, so I mean,
okay. I want to. The other thing I want to say, the only other downgrade I had of 38 was the match with Vince. Oh my gosh.
That don't really count to me though.
But he got a victory though. Vince got a victory.
But it was pitiful. I mean, look at what happened when he, like, hit the stunner thing. Just the way he reacted.
That stunner was brutal.
He's 78 years old, man.
The moment I saw him getting ready to fight, I'm like, oh no.
But I want to talk about the positives. I want to talk about the positives from that card. So, obviously, Cody and Seth tore it down.
Like we said, Bianca and Becky was a great match.
Did they thing?
I ain't gonna lie. Edge and AJ Styles was a great match. Like, you can't forget about that. That's how the Judgment Day started.
I did rock with Edge's entrance.
Yeah, the rated R superstar, man.
The way he came up in the throne and everything.
Yeah, that's how the Judgment Day started.
Y'all know the highlight of this show, man. Cody's return.
I mean, yeah, that was the most important thing people really cared about most. I mean, obviously, the main event had a vested interest because it was Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Even though we knew the match wasn't going to be great, it's those two superstars.
Logan Paul proving, he showed out.
Oh, yeah, Logan Paul and Miz version of Mysterio's, and then Miz destroyed him after the match. I thought Miz turned face when he scored. I'm like, what Miz do? What did he do that for? Like,
I'm not gonna lie, Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn is pretty entertaining.
That was definitely entertaining. It was a good way too for Sammy to he put Johnny Knoxville over in a good way.
Nakamura and Boogs versus the Usos was slight.
Yeah, that's
but then Boogs got injured.
Yeah, it was slight though.
To help you out a little bit, Kevin Owens and Stone Cold.
I'm just looking at that one.
Yeah, it was some good stuff, man.
Because of that match,
I like their story, Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins' stories going into WrestleMania. But go ahead. The one thing
I want to acknowledge is that Stone Cold after that match walked out and said, "Look, from this match, I want to come in and do another one." Like his match with Owens, he said after that, "I was like, look, I want to come back and compete at WrestleMania again."
Stone Cold is that stupid shit.
They're trying to get him to compete. Now, believe it or not, for those that didn't know, because I look back at this behind the scenes, is Stone Cold was actually slated this year to face Brock Lesnar. But he said, I'm not going to do that.
I'm glad he said that.
No,
he
turned it down.
He can't take no suplexes.
And I think...
Bro, Brock vicious too. Brock sometimes hits you for real.
And I think because of that, I think that's how Omos got thrown into the situation. Because they were like, okay, we're going to do Stone Cold and Brock. He says no. Okay, so what can we do? And Omos was the next go-to.
I don't like him.
Yeah, he bunned.
His ability on the mic reminds me of somebody else that's in current NXT.
Ooh.
I'm the most deserving man on this continent.
Come on, man.
Alrighty, Rod?
Come on. Speaking of NXT, I
want him to get called up already. Come on.
Shawn Michaels is about to perform again.
So he's unretiring
probably
again.
At Stand and Deliver against Grayson Waller.
So this man cannot fight when he's in the ring with Imperium, but this man's gonna fight.
The young, arrogant Aussie Grayson Waller, man. If y'all don't know who that is, go get into him.
I wouldn't mind seeing Gunther chop Shawn Michaels.
It'd be a different story 10 years ago, man.
It most definitely will be a different
I'm just concerned with how that man's hair looks, Sean. Like the way he
was receding when I was watching.
No, it's worse now. Like I saw him.
That word.
Like when Carmelo Hayes had won and he walked back, I saw the video of him hugging. I'm looking at his hair. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's everywhere. It's balding on the top. I'm like, oh, Sean, you're up there, but you don't got to show it.
But yeah, man, we got part 2 coming for y'all, man. Part 2 gonna be the worst WrestleManias of all time.
Oh, baby.
We gonna bring that to y'all next week, man. Let us know, though. Keep supporting, man. We like 7 subscribers away from 200. 193.
Our goal is we want to hit it before WrestleMania.
Unfortunately, the celebration that I had in mind won't take place on this channel.
I'm not gonna lie,
but I'm gonna make an OnlyFans, and if y'all subscribe to it, y'all can see it on there.
I'm not gonna lie, I did say it would be kind of cool and ironic that if we hit 200 subs on the day of WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, that'd be even better.
That would be good.
That'd be even better, because then the celebration could happen on the day of WrestleMania.
Stop.
So, man, let us know if y'all. Should I make a poll? No, I'm not gonna make a poll.
Still, all right, man.
Because the fans gonna vote yes if I make a poll and say, should I have a live sex celebration?
We gonna get canceled.
No, but the one thing I think we are gonna do for WrestleMania for definite is those 2 nights we all come together and then watch it.
Yeah, and review it right after. We got y'all, man.
Do like a little WrestleMania.
We gonna be here for WrestleMania. We didn't do it for the Rumble. Elimination Chamber came like a week later.
We keep talking about it, and then either plans come up or it's just one of those we talk about it, but it doesn't happen. But for sure, WrestleMania, it will happen.
It will happen. But that's all we got for y'all, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe. Y'all know what to do. I'm your boy, Morrow.
I'm your boy, Amity.
We out.